Spirit says, ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. Sagittarius. You're getting two more. Pisces. In Cancer. Ask yourself this. How would you like it if you had, if there was a law named after you because of how you swindled people out of a bunch of money? How would you feel about that? Would you still claim the thing you're doing is just like totally special? I'm pulling it up. It's a law in Minnesota. The Taylor Swift Law. The Taylor Swift Law refers to several pieces of legislation inspired by events related to the singer, most commonly the Minnesota bill requiring upfront fee disclosure for online ticket sales and banning ticket resale bots. It can also refer to a Missouri bill protecting victims of non-consensual intimate image disclosure and the Rhode Island Taylor Swift tax, a surcharge on second homes. Additionally, there are other state-level bills, like those in Texas and California, also aimed at protecting concert-goers from issues like bot sales. So remember, she announces, it's just really special. Where the collective got fleeced. Yeah, let's see. How much did a Taylor Swift Eras ticket cost in the USA? Okay. Original Taylor Swift Eras tour ticket prices range from $49 to $449, while VIP packages cost between $109 and $899. However, due to the high demand and resale market, average cost for a resale ticket for the North American leg was significantly higher, with sources citing an average around $3,801, and other reports putting the median price as high as $1,550. $3,000 to go see Taylor Swift? Yes. I listened to somebody who is very, very wealthy. Very wealthy. They, I don't know if they still call it tweet. They tweeted it out on X. How they had $5,000 wrapped up in a canceled show or something like that. $5,000 wrapped up in tickets that needed to get a refund. It was all fucked up. $5,000. A bunch of dudes who have no idea what their wife spent to take their kid to go see Taylor Swift are going to be mortified because it goes against everything they've ever stood for. So, what's happening? What's happening? Well, she got engaged. Well, yeah, well, let's remember, let's watch it. Here it is. A compilation of Travis Kelce throwing a temper tantrum. That's him pushing an elderly coach. That's him whipping his helmet again. See, all the other dudes are actual emperors. That's him punching somebody right in the fucking face. That's him having a man-baby tantrum, not caring who it hits. Another man-baby tantrum. Tantrum. Is that a big win? Well, what did he say about it? Let's see. Let's, banging a billionaire quote? Yeah. Well, no such direct banging billionaire quote from Travis Kelce exists. The phrasing is part of a viral internet joke from July 2025, where he compared his relationship with Taylor Swift to the plot of Pretty Woman. Yeah, well, let's see what he said. Let's see what he said. What did he say? Here's the one where Spirit says, hold up. He said, on the latest episode of New Heights, Travis was suggested there needs to be a Pretty Woman remake as Pretty Man, where a CEO billionaire woman is so high class that she doesn't know where she's going. She doesn't know how to drive a car. Oh, so you can swoop in? So you can swoop in? Jason was quick to interject with Travis, you're living Pretty Man right now, prompting hysterics from his younger brother. You are Pretty Man and you're living your own Julia Roberts movie. Jason further joked as Travis in turn teased, I'm wearing nothing but a tie when Taylor comes home. Have you heard that new Taylor Swift? She got a line about somebody's liquid courage when they do the cocaine. Does that sound like Emperor energy? That sounds like a Knight of Wands in reverse. That sounds like a narcissistic man baby. We got some people who got major fleas. Major fleas. Might have slid into full-blown fucking narcissism. Yeah, so what happens when the tantruming man, and this is said as a victim of domestic abuse in the past, what happens when a tantruming man who has been given, well, he's just all up in his emotions. It was a very important game. No, all those other football players were up in their emotions too. Were they whipping their helmets out? No. What happens when a tantruming man gets too old to play football anymore? Who does he take his tantrums out on? Direct to all the women out there, the minute that motherfucker raises a hand to you, you get the fuck out. All right? Who's this message for? When somebody refers to like banging you, if anybody ever uses the word banging, like banging, that's not an emperor. That's a man baby. Aquarius. I'll say it. Nobody else will say it because they're trying to be polite. Virgo. I'll fucking say it. Scorpio. Were there any seats left for anybody except the uber rich? Should art and entertainment only be for the uber rich? The most expensive set, I believe, was U2. U2 expensive set. The most expensive stage. The 360 tour. What was the most expensive U2 concert? U2's 360-degree tour. The show broke records as the most expensive stage of all time, reported to have cost a staggering $31 million. A 200-ton arachnid formed the stage, named the Claw. This gave all the fans packed into the amazing views of the performance, regardless of where they sat. Well, that sounds kind of cool now. The money got spent for the fans, not for them. How much did a U2 360-degree tour ticket cost? A U2 360-degree tour ticket cost between $57.50 and $250 at face value, with the average price being around $101.26. Prices vary depending on the seating location, with general admission tickets being cheaper and high-end tickets costing more. Did they carve out a little bit? Yeah, they did. How much did an inexpensive... Did they make sure there was affordable tickets? They did. They did. They carved out a whole area where tickets were no more. They made sure. Who else does that? Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters. They do not believe music should only be for the uber wealthy. Carved out a patch. And a patch might mean something in the audience where tickets stayed at $60, $40, whatever it is. Yeah. Well, How much did your wife pay for those Taylor Swift tickets? $5,000 each? That kind of goes against everything those dudes stand for. How much is a Pearl Jam ticket? Pearl Jam tickets prices vary wildly. A low of around $91 for basic seats, upwards to $1,700 for premium options, and VIP packages reaching over $15,000. You can find tickets ranging from approximately $91 for nosebleed or less desirable seats to several $100s for better locations. Premium and VIP packages. Expect to pay significantly more for VIP packages, with prices potentially reaching over $15,525 per VIP package. Ed speaks about ticket prices. I'm just clicking. This is This is on Reddit. Ed speaks about ticket prices. It's a pretty piss poor excuse, but nice to see the prices being addressed in some way. Look at all the other bands touring in Europe this summer, and Pearl Jam was definitely on the higher side. Ramstein case in point, ginormous stage and cheaper than PJ. Like what they write in the article, if it's the stage pushing up the price, stick it to a bog standard stage and lower prices. We would all be happy with that. And then here's a responder. I was disappointed in prices all around right up until they saw the show, and I was like, yeah, I don't care. Just glad I could afford it. I feel really sorry for the young fans right now. I saw Foo Fighters at fucking First Avenue, small club in Minneapolis, for $37 in early 2000s. And as a poor-ass college kid, can't get the giant plethora of shows we got for that kind of price. Huge bands and up-and-comers used to be easy to get tickets to. Now you can't get tickets, and if you do, you were selling your kidney to cover the cost for decent scenes. Noah Kahan, I don't know, Flash in the Pan was selling for hundreds in St. Paul at an arena. I'm so confused by all this pricing stuff. What Ed said is part of the problem, but it's more complex than that. Tickets are priced by the artist and their team. Yes, production costs for a tour have skyrocketed, like Ed said. Again, Ed said the companies who put on the productions, move the equipment, etc., basically say, if you don't pay us what we want, the next band will. This makes things much more expensive than they were 4 to 5 years ago. Another huge factor that most artists don't talk about is that they don't make any money selling albums anymore. Streaming is the main form of music consumption now, which pays artists shit compared to selling albums. Artists are demanding more money for their concerts to make up for the money they aren't making selling albums. Artists, Ed included, don't want to say that because if they do, you'll know it's them who are charging more for their shows. Then there's service fees. It's actually not Ticket Bastard or Live Nation who set the service fees. The service fees are set by the venues. The venue normally collects about 2/3 or 3/4 of the service fees, and often a venue fee on top of that. Ticketmaster then gets the other 1/4 or 1/3 of the service fee. The ticketing agencies will normally make about 5 to 7% off the price of a ticket, and as the price of tickets go up, so do the service fees. Concerts have become premier experiences. As long as people are willing to fork over $300 or more for a show, we're not going to see this change. So Spirit wants everybody to watch my footage about The Cure. I went to The Cure with my daughter. My daughter came up to me and she said, it was her first concert. And she said, Mom, I want to go to The Cure. Can we go to The Cure? I'm like, yes, baby, we can go to The Cure. Because I, too, want to see The Cure. I was always a Cure girl. I still am. I never had the opportunity to see The Cure because just for traveling when they were in town, however it worked out, I could never see The Cure. And so I said, yes, go get your computer. Let's go buy the tickets right now. She brought out her laptop. I went on to Ticketmaster. They're sold out. Well, of course, it's The Cure. I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? Why did I tell her yes? I said, we got to watch Ticketmaster. And we'll watch and we'll see if any tickets come up for sale. Because what people do is they buy whatever ticket they can get. And then they watch the resale. Oh, there's a better ticket. There's a better place to sit. Okay, we're going to buy those tickets and then resell these tickets that we have. So there's a lot of ticket switching that happens all over on Ticketmaster. And so I said, let's cross our fingers, keep checking, and hopefully some tickets will come for sale. And they did. And we bought some tickets. And then we bought 2 tickets. And then a couple days later, my daughter came running in and she said, there's better tickets. I said, buy them right now. We'll resell the other ones. Yeah. So she did. I gave her my card. Now we had 4 tickets to The Cure. I didn't know how to resell the tickets. So instead, I told my daughter, why don't you invite a friend? And I put just a call out on my Facebook. I have an extra ticket to The Cure. Does anyone want to see The Cure? And this person that is a friend, an acquaintance, said, yeah, I want to see The Cure. I said, fine. Yeah, come meet us out there. I got an extra ticket. I don't really hang out with this person, but was willing to share my extra ticket with them. And all 4 of us went to The Cure show. What happened was my daughter and her friend got the good tickets and the good seats. And me and the other adults said, I said, here's the deal. I want to go and check on my daughter during the concert and make sure she's, not getting harassed or something. It's our first concert. And the friend said, okay. So we went over to the nicer ticket area, and there was 2 empty seats right by, kind of off by where my daughter and her friend was. I said, let's just sit here. If the people come, we'll move. Nobody came for those tickets, so we just sat there the whole time. It was an amazing show. I got footage with my camera, my phone, my old-ass notebook phone that I have. And I cried a couple of times during the show. That's how good it was. I asked myself, how do you think Robert Smith is going to sound? He's been in the game for a while. They've sang these songs thousands of times. Oh my God, it was so fucking magical. He sounded amazing. Top level light workers. The set was amazing. The light show was amazing. The vibrations were amazing. I left to go to the bathroom. A girl ran up to me. She's like, I love your style. That's what's so fun about going to concerts, because everybody's on a positive vibe and you're already, it's like walls are down. It's like You're already my friend. We like the same music. Another woman came up to me and said, are you the mother? I said, yeah. And she said, oh, how fun for your kids. She thought both the kids were mine. So we're going to watch that footage of what a cool show it was. Spirit said, so what I did was I took different videos during the show. And when I got home, I was kind of prompted by Spirit just to stitch them all together and double time it. And know that I did all of that footage myself with no help from anyone, no fancy editing programs, no nothing. With the divine creativity of the Cure and Spirit. Because this is a visual starseed activation. I hear, why are biblically accurate angels so fucking creepy? Yeah, we're also going to learn what biblically accurate angels really look like. Because starseed activation has occurred. I hear the cure. So Spirit thanks all these people who've kept their ticket prices affordable, who never forgot what it's like to be systematically poor, who never forgot what it's like to be a teenager wanting to go to your first show. For these people, obviously it's okay to make money with VIP, all that kind of stuff, but it's not just a money grab. Because I paid $65 for each of those tickets. And the show was amazing. Amazing. So Spirit wants us all to watch that. I'll link the footage. And like I said, I did all of that myself in 5 minutes when I got home. I just stitched it all together and then double timed it. And Spirit wants you to watch the art that the starseeds can do because they're divinely blessed and guided, including the Cure. Imagine light workers, professional musicians. They are so powerful. Everybody goes to the show wanting a good time, of course. And then they leave the show all filled up with wonderful energy. Imagine like a video game. Your life source is completely filled up. You got your power pellet. And then they drive home and everything is energy work and disperse all that energy. I hear like the tributaries to the mighty Mississippi. That's how powerful the showboys and the showgirls are. The divine ones, not the takers. There's a message. So I'll put that footage in the comment section of this video. And Spirit says, way to go to all the people, if you are a performer, who really made it part of your mission to have a chunk of your audience be affordable. Obviously, you can do VIP, all that kind of stuff. It is a business, but you didn't sell your soul to the almighty dollar. And Spirit says, way to go. And a big round of applause for the Cure, who never fails to disappoint. All right, so I'll put that down in the comment section. Check it out. It's super cool. Want to go to the Cure?